Okay, okay. Hi, everybody. How's it going? One sec, gotta pull up the chat so I can see what you guys are saying. Hello. Okay, this is who came out today. No Neptune, we got Apollo. And he's just got misted. What are you guys saying in the chat? Hi, everybody. Looks like you guys all have your chameleons out. What do you guys have? A veiled chameleon. Hendrix. Okay. What's up, what's up? Hi, Brooke. Hi, Vazart. Oh, Panther, veiled, female Panther. Right on. Hello. Hi, guys. Hi, Marissa. Andrew, what's up? How you doing? It's almost Friday, right? Today's Thursday. I have no sense of time. No sense of time. This is Apollo. Oh, he's on the move. On the move. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. This is your time to just like chat with me. Ask any questions you have. We can nerd out about chameleons. Like happy to help. Oh, there you go. He's on the move. Although he's like wrapped around my wrist. What's up, guys? If you guys don't have any questions, I have a list, but like I feel like you guys have questions, so you just gotta drop them in the chat. Oh, here we go. What is your name? Pep Abel has the first question. Chameleon has goop in its eye. How do you treat that? Depends why it's gooping. There's usually a reason, but just try misting your chameleon and hopefully they'll be able to clear out their eyes. How do you put in the little dripper? Put it on top and then have it drip through the screen. I don't actually have a little dripper. I have a homemade dripper. Excuse me, a homemade dripper, and it just is like a milk gallon with a hole poked in the top that'll drip through. So that's what I use. But other people who have the big dripper or little dripper put it on the outside. Why did you choose a chameleon over a different reptile? Is that a serious question? I mean, look how cool this guy is. How could you not pick a chameleon? They're just so cool. No, in all seriousness, a lot of reptiles are super flighty. Like crested geckos are super common, but they're super flighty and jumpy. And chameleons are just so chill. So chill. Like, look at this guy. So chill. So that's a big part of it. Plus, they're just like super awesome creatures. They're googly eyes, they're prehensile tail. Like, they do change color. Oh, don't step on my hair. You know, so that's all pretty awesome. Why did you guys get chameleons? Probably the same reason I did. Do you ever shower chameleons? Sometimes, not usually. My Parsons I do, just because they'll drink for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes straight, and that'll run my water reserve all the way down. So just for ease of that, I'll shower them. But that's just because they're Parsons and they're water goblins. Ow, your nails are so sharp. But usually you don't need to shower your chameleon unless they're like severely hydrated. I just do it because these guys drink a lot. When I turn on the UVV, my chameleon turn brown. Well, chameleons will turn a darker color to absorb heat, so that could be why. My chameleon will only eat crickets. What can I do to get him to eat more? Make sure the bugs are moving. Also, don't just keep offering them crickets. If crickets are their favorite, and say like crickets are like a Dairy Queen Blizzard, because those are delicious, and they think of the other bugs, say dubia roaches, as broccoli, then you got to keep offering them the broccoli, and eventually they'll stop wanting the Dairy Queen Blizzard, you know? You know what I'm saying? Well, I can't see what you guys are saying. Okay, we'll move this over. All right, what else do you guys have to say? Hey, I just got my first baby chameleon. When would be how would you approach first contact with him? Give them like at least 2 weeks to settle in, and then just open the enclosure and just sit by the enclosure. Like, don't try to grab them, don't put your hand by them, just like literally just sit there, read a book, watch my YouTube videos. No, I'm just kidding. And do that, and just like give them time to get adjusted. Where are you going, dude? You're gonna get stuck. Okay. Whoa. What is your chameleon's normal diet without treats? Dubia roaches. Oh man, we're gonna be in a real pickle. There you go. Dubia roaches, black soldier fly larvae, black soldier flies. Oh, okay. We're just gonna deal with this. What else? Wax moths, blue bottle flies, any flies I feed regularly. Should I hang my linear UVB? I've read that chameleons can get too much UVB. I just put my UVB on top of my enclosure. If you can see in my videos, it just like goes across the top of it, and that's usually good. Marissa says, I love watching your videos. Thank you. Okay. Dum-ba-dum-bum. Whoa. You guys have so many questions. I gotta answer these faster. Okay, how much leaves and vines do you have in their cage? Is it full or limited? Definitely full. What is your opinion about feeding the chameleon with snails? A lot of people do that. I just don't have access to snails. I think people use them as treats. There's some pretty cool videos out there. Whoa. What is a good way to make a drain system? Drill holes in the bottom. What are you doing, dude? Oh, going back up. At the bottom of the enclosure, and then put like a bucket underneath, and then that'll catch the water, and then just put like a heavy plant towards the middle so the water will pool down there. So I haven't seen my chameleon drink water. I've been spraying her crickets with a bit of water. How do I make her drink? So chameleons are shy drinkers, so as long as her urates are a nice white or cream color, then she's drinking. She just probably isn't doing it while you're watching. You see this guy? Where is he going? Which bulb is best if you can't find a T5? So if I had to rank UVB bulbs, T5 would be at the top, then a T8 would be like second best, not great, and then compact UVBs. I mean, compact UVB is better than no UVB. Okay. OMG, hi, Lipix Sorry, I don't know how to say your name. Is there a way to make your chameleon happy? Give it a good home. What is this guy doing? Just give your chameleon a good home, good lights, and leave them alone. To be honest, chameleons prefer to be by themselves. They're solitary animals. Oh, he's going for the chair. There we go. Nice, dude. So that's fine. What's your opinion on fogging systems like rectifoggers and humidifiers? I use one in my cage. Yeah, foggers are great. They're a great tool. I don't need to use a fogger just because my humidity is already high enough as is. Wait, Apollo? Are you good? Just going for a stroll. Okay. How often do chameleons poop? Depends how old your chameleon is. You see Apollo? If your chameleon's a baby, probably like every other day, every couple days. A juvenile, probably like twice a week. And an adult chameleon would be like once every 2 weeks. Probably would be good. Let's see. What else are you guys have? Oh, man. Should the branches be 100% sturdy in the cage, or can they have a little give to them? Yeah, I mean, normal tree branches move like in the wind, so like that should be fine. Is it bad if my chameleon's eyes are wrinkly? No. Chameleons are look how wrinkly Apollo is. They shouldn't be sunken in. Like that's a sign of dehydration or potentially other illnesses, but wrinkly eyes are totally fine. Thanks for the response. You're welcome, Jared. Happy to help. I'm having problems looking at the signs of stress, etc. for chameleons. Any help? I have a whole video on 5 signs of a defensive chameleon. If your chameleon is showing signs of being defensive, then odds are they're showing signs of being stressed. They kind of go hand in hand. So puffing up, like underneath their chin, that's going to be a good sign. If they're doing the karate chop hand, where they're like bringing one arm in close to their body, if they're gaping, if they're hissing, and if they're biting you, they're probably telling you to get away. So those are all signs of stress. Is your video actually live? Yeah, hello. What's up? It's me. How do you get chameleons to notice water? So it's all about movement. Keep the water dripping, so that's why we use drippers, that's why we use misters. So as long as there's moving water, then your chameleon will drink if they need to. Do you see this guy? Just chilling. Okay. I'm having problems identifying the colors with mood. Any help? This is a tricky one. What are your guys' experience? Because I've wanted to make a video on how to talk about chameleon colors, but it's hard because it's chameleon to chameleon and you kind of just have to learn the differences. A dark chameleon could be stress, it could be heat. A bright chameleon could be them being receptive, could also be stress. So it's very minute differences, and I think it just comes with time for you to learn that behavior with your chameleon. I guess I'll leave my UVB where it's at. It's like 3 inches below the basking vine that I have. So your UVB should be on the outside of your enclosure. If it's inside your enclosure, I don't think you're doing it right. That's targeted at Emily Hayek. Not sure what you mean there. Is a T8 5.0 UVB good for a 36-inch tall cage? So what you really want is a T5 UVB. That's like top notch. That's what you really want. And if you can get your hands on a T5, then you're golden. T8s are okay. They're older technology, so they used to be popular in the chameleon hobby, but we're now switching to T5s. My understanding is a T5 5.0 is almost equivalent to a T8 10.0. So if all you can get is a T8, then go for the 10.0. But a lot of people will try to go like Petco or PetSmart to buy a T5, and you really need to go to like an online store. It's very rare that Petco or PetSmart is going to carry a T5. Odds are they're going to carry a compact or a T8. So don't just use it as an excuse like, oh, I'm just going to get a T. Like, no. Go get the T5. Look online. There's tons of brands, tons of companies you can get them from. Just for whatever reason, Petco, PetSmart doesn't carry the correct UVB for a chameleon. What if we have an outage? Hopefully you have like a backup generator or your power comes on quickly. If your chameleon has to go without lights for like a couple hours, that's fine. I'd just be worried about temperatures getting too cold. How is my chameleon's hearing compared to human hearing? So they don't have external ears, like you can't visibly see any ears on a chameleon. My understanding is that they're not deaf, they can hear, just not as well as humans or other reptiles, and I think they go more off of vibrations. But that's not something I'm super knowledgeable on, that's just like my understanding, so keep doing your research. Is it possible to get smaller superworms for a juvenile? And I hope you and your chameleons are doing good. Thanks, Autumn. Yes, you can buy like extra small or small superworms, and then they'll grow up to be bigger superworms. If you accidentally got some superworms that are too big for your chameleon, don't worry, like your chameleon will grow. Superworms live a long time, so you can just hang on to them until your chameleon's big enough to eat them. Any tips about care of a gravid female chameleon? So have a lane bin ready to go and make sure you give them privacy. And if you're not sure about what a lane bin entails, there's a great resource on the chameleon forums. There's this whole blog on egg laying and how to properly set up a bin and notice the signs of a gravid chameleon, so that would be a great resource. He's just moving very slowly. Very slowly. Do you want a hand? Maybe? No? We'll see. Okay. Oh, so many questions. Okay. Oh, I can't read. Someone's like spamming me with questions and I can't find actual questions. Okay. Can you do a video about how to put the little dripper, please? Because I haven't found a good video, please. And where do you buy your timers for the lights? So I have a video on how to make your own dripper. And in that video, I talk about how to properly place a dripper. And it would be the exact same thing for a little dripper. And if your little dripper isn't working, then just like make one. They're super, super easy to make. And I bought my timers for my lights at Walmart for like $3. Super cheap. Why is my chameleon eye wrinkly? Chameleons are just wrinkly. They're just wrinkly creatures, you know? El Murray says, thank you, you're welcome. Should the branches... Oh, you guys are asking the same questions. What kind of chameleon should I get? Oh, that's like a loaded question. I would start, if you've never had a chameleon, start with a veiled or panther chameleon just because there's so much information out there. And I guess just get the one that you think is coolest. Like, hair is similar to veiled and panthers, so it's not a big deal. Okay, Johnner needs to chill. You keep asking the same question. If it's bad, is it bad if his neck is big? So I think if you mean big, then like it's puffing up underneath, that can be a sign of a defensive chameleon. So it's basically them telling you to like back off. Is it normal for a chameleon to gape and puff up while basking? Yes, it is. That's a way for them to absorb heat and help thermoregulate. Is it fine if I use a plastic water bottle for a dripper? Yes, totally. Just make sure it's sanitized, super clean. You got a new panther? No, I have just Neptune's my only panther, and then I still have Apollo and Luna. Do you know some chameleon sickness, how to treat them? Yes. Okay, can you still see Apollo? Looking all cute. So common chameleon sicknesses would be like metabolic bone disease, dehydration, respiratory illnesses. What else? I guess those were probably the most common. You would need to go to a vet though. Like a lot of those you can't just do home remedies. So definitely find a local reptile vet that has experience with chameleons. What is the healthiest feeder bug? It's a close race, probably between dubia roaches or silkworms. Those are both really good. Okay. Oh, we've chatted on IG DMs. Okay. Hey, what's up? I stinkin' love your channel. Thanks, Two Bros Fun. Where's a good place to put live plants? Everywhere in your enclosure, on the bottom, in the middle, on the top. Whole enclosure should be live plants. Scales 13 says, what's up? Hello? Paula's just doing his thing. Doing his chameleon thing. Okay, Geo Ghibli, you'll have to write your question in English. Sorry. I only speak English. Is it normal for a baby chameleon to fall occasionally? I'm gonna go with no. Occasionally is a subjective word. I would say like if your chameleon was like climbing the screen and falls off, that's not unheard of, but if your chameleon's falling off of branches, then that's problematic. Okay. He just makes me smile so much. I know, look how cute he is. He's doing his chameleon thing. I've been reading the Chameleon Academy about lighting, and they talk about a daylight bulb and a UV bulb and a basking bulb. What are they talking about a daylight bulb? I thought there were only 2 bulbs. Okay, great question. That's actually an excellent question. So yes, there's 2 essential bulbs. Like chameleons have to have a heat bulb and they have to have a UVB bulb. A daylight bulb is optional. It's basically just an extra light to brighten up the enclosure or can be used as a plant light. So Luna's enclosure, I have a Jungle Dawn LED bar, a UVB, and a heat bulb. So her enclosure, you can see in this video, right? Like Apollo's is dark, and then Neptune's is kind of dark, and then Luna's is super bright, right? Because she has that extra daylight or LED in her enclosure. They're not essential, they're not needed, they have nothing to do with chameleon health. It's solely for aesthetics and for your plants. How many hours should dripper stay on top of the cage to drip water for the chameleon? Mine go for like 3-4 hours. That's usually enough for them. Do you want a hand? Or you want with the tree? Whoop, whoop, whoop. Hold on, dude. There we are. All right. Okay. I didn't know they came in different sizes. Oh, yes. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. More questions. Okay, Two Bros Fun, you need to chill. Take a chill pill. Hi, I love your videos. Just wondering where you would recommend to get a chameleon. There's a bunch of different spots. Just make sure it's a reputable breeder. The breeder you get is going to depend on the species of chameleon that you have. So if you want like a panther chameleon, usually breeders will specialize in that. Veiled chameleons, they'll specialize in that. So it just kind of depends what kind of chameleon that you want. What are good signs for a healthy chameleon? Is shedding good? Shedding is great, especially if they're young. That means they're growing. Signs of a healthy chameleon. Elbows that are nice and bent. like a 90-degree angle, you can see Apollo's elbows are nice and pointy. If they're round, that could be problematic. Nice bright eyes, being awake during the day, moving around, eating a good amount. Those are all great signs of a healthy chameleon. Pooping's good. Are black soldier fly larvae a good everyday feeder? Yes, they're high in calcium. I don't know if they're delicious, but they seem delicious. All my chameleons like them. I finally got my carpet chameleon. Oh, congrats, Dino. That's awesome. Dino, something like that. That's awesome. What is the cheapest panther chameleon? Probably a female from like a not great breeder. I don't know, generally like the cheapest panthers you'll find are like $250 US. Bum, bum, bum. Who would you recommend as a top-notch chameleon breeder? Camouflage Creations. Anyone in the chameleon hobby knows Camouflage Creations. Like, they're the best of the best. Like, if I ever got another panther chameleon, I'd probably buy mine from Camouflage Creations. Those guys know their stuff. My chameleon falls off stuff all the time. Yes, slippery stuff. Chameleons can do slippery stuff. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Should I be worried about feeding superworms and their bottom being pointy? No, superworms are fine. Superworms are totally fine. They should be a treat, but like they're not dangerous. They're just like not the healthiest. Okay, chameleons are amazing. I agree. I'm raising silkworms and feed them daily. To my chameleon, he absolutely loves them. Yep, totally agree. Yep, everyone's team silkworms. Da, da, da. Okay. Hold on, we gotta go back up. I really want to see this live. 1 a.m. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I gotta work with like different time zones. Where can you get hornworms? There's tons of places. Most places that carry bugs will also carry hornworms. Your chameleon seems stressed. I don't think so. He's just chilling. He's like just hanging out. What are some live plants besides pothos, snake plant that are safe that you can get on a budget? You named them. Those are the cheapest, like most common plants that you can get. Those are awesome choices. Do you have to get an automatic mister? No, you can mist by hand. Okay, people who are in the chat, who is team automatic mister and who is team spray by hand? I have a Mist King, so like I use an automatic mister, but I know plenty of keepers use like a spray bottle, you know. Okay, will a new chameleon get used to everyday noises such as children and TV? Yes, but like chameleons don't do great in high traffic areas. If you could keep your chameleon in a room that isn't where there's gonna be like tons of noise and movement, then that'd be better. Yeah. Is it normal for a baby chameleon to fall occasionally? Oh, I already answered that. Can I put another chameleon in my tank? No. Definitely not. Chameleons are solitary creatures. Do not house your chameleons together. Very, very bad. Very, very bad. Are you getting any new chameleons or thinking about it? Okay, this is a good question. I am not planning on getting any new chameleons as of yet. So I'm in a 1-bedroom apartment and you guys can see like I've got this wall of chameleons. However, I would like to breed Apollo and Luna at some point, which means I would have baby chameleons, which would be a lot of fun. Does that count as new chameleons? Baby chameleons? Not sure. Both my chameleons really, really want to go out. Whenever I walk past one of their terrariums, they will run up to me and start touching the glass. Doesn't mean they don't like their terrarium. It could be. If your chameleon's unhappy with their enclosure, odds are they'll try to get out of it. Or they could just want to mate, or they're looking for like another mate. Like males in particular will get all weird with like territory and hormones and things like that, so that could be part of it. Is it bad if I have monitor next to my enclosure and I play until like 3 a.m.? What are you playing till 3 a.m.? Potentially, if you're worried about it, you can just like put a drape over your chameleon's enclosure so then they're in total darkness. That would be a good move. Dun, dun, dun. Is it bad? Oh, wait. Is it fine? Is eating phoenix worms, superworms, dubia roaches all on a daily? Andrew, yes, those are all great choices. Team Mister, team both. Miss King all day, that's what's up. Spray by hand, props to you. Can you handle a shedding chameleon? Yeah, Apollo's shedding right now. Can you guys see the top of his nose? Wait, you're going, you're going the wrong way, dude. The people want to see your nose. Okay, maybe you can kind of see. But like, his nose is shedding. So, yes, you can handle a shedding chameleon. Spray by hand, spray by hand. But what would be a primary food source and what would be used for treats? I have a whole video on what bugs to feed your chameleon. I recommend you check that out if you want the answer to that question. But just off the top of my head, dubia roaches are great, silkworms are great, black soldier fly larvae are great staples, and good treats would be hornworms, waxworms, and what would be another good treat? Superworms would be a good treat. Exoterra mister is great, yep. I have a baby chameleon from 3.5 months. How much do they have to eat? I'm struggling with the amount he needs. I use calcium without D3 like you suggest in your videos. Great, thanks. Belgium. So a baby chameleon at 3.5 months, feed them as much as they will eat. Usually like 10 to 15 smallish size bugs a day, once a day is a good place to start. My chameleon hates water. Do you know how to make his fear less traumatic? Don't spray your chameleon directly. You should be spraying around your chameleon. There's no reason that you need to be spraying your chameleon directly. Hello, Celine? What's a good staple feeder other than crickets? I just answered that. Dubias, silkworms, black soldier fly larvae, all great. Crickets are also good. What's your favorite enclosure? I love my dragon strand enclosures. I have one for Neptune and one for Luna, and eventually I'll be upgrading Apollo to the dragon strand atrium. They're great enclosures. They say a chameleon's tail curled means aggression, but when they're sleeping, what does it mean? So it's not really aggression. It's more just them trying to make themselves bigger, and that's the same idea when they're sleeping. It's just trying to make themselves bigger for predators. Reptilian Domain says, hi, what's up? I haven't seen you in a hot minute. Where have you been? Playing Call of Duty until 3 a.m. Great choice. Anyone a COD fan? Just me? Okay. What are signs of stress for chameleons? I have a video about this. Be sure to check it out. But gaping, puffing, hissing, all those are signs of stress. When you got Neptune as a youngin', how long did you wait until trying to handle him? I wasn't able to handle Neptune for 5 months. So, yeah. I gave him like a month to settle in, and I didn't actually try to handle him for probably like 3-4 months. I just like would sit by his enclosure, try hand feeding, all that. He was a big stinker, but yeah. Are you doing a live video tomorrow? No. Stress is when they puff up. Yep, Marissa knows what's up. I've been doing a lot of research and just want to ask for your opinion. Could I keep a male and female panther together in an indoor free range with 3 basking spots and 2 food spots? No. Would not recommend, because they'll be in eyesight of each other. The male will be trying to mate with the female. The female's going to get stressed out by the male. If a male and female are within eyesight of each other, it can be stressful for the chameleons. What are some safe life plants you can get on a budget? Pothos plant is like my #1 suggestion. They're super cheap. You can get them at like Home Depot, Lowe's, wherever, and they grow like a weed. What are you doing, dude? Okay. Are chameleons the only reptiles you've kept? No, I actually have a crested gecko named Pluto. No one knows about him, but I have him. So I have 4 reptiles, 3 chameleons and a crested gecko. Okay, hold on. Need some water. This is my cup. Whoop, whoop. You guys see this? Oh, wait. I guess it says on both sides. Keep crushing it. There you go. Do you play games by any chance or hobbies? I play Halo a little bit. To be honest, I suck at video games, but I'm working on it. And other hobbies include I like eating ice cream all the time, which means I also like working out all the time. I ride my bike, lots of goodies. Highest temp it can reach without hitting him or her. Okay, so Dwight, you gotta tell me what age, gender, and species of chameleon you have, and then I can tell you max basking temperatures. Is there a way to tell if my chameleon is overheated? So Marissa, if you check out my how to take a chameleon outside video, I talk about the signs of heat stress, and that's what you're talking about, overheated, heat stress. Those are interchangeable words. So if your chameleon is gaping, if they're turning a brighter color, if they're going down low, or if their eyes are closed, those can all be signs of heat stress or overheating. Would you ever have a snake? As of right now, no. I'm quite sad because in my country it's hard to get any other chameleon than a veiled, but I'm really happy with them. Yeah, that's hard. Hard to get your hands on different species. But veileds are cool. I feel like a lot of people in this chat have veileds. Okay. Yes, I know, it's just that a lot of people have said it's okay. I trust you, but there would also be another room they could go to where they couldn't see each other and also have lots of shrubbery. I think it's a terrible idea. Just being honest with you, like just get them separate enclosures or just get one chameleon. Like I would not try to free range a male and a female together. Or even male, male, female, female. Like chameleons just need their own space. Now how do you know boy or girl? Again, I have to know what kind of chameleon you have to know how to sex it because it depends on the species. Halo, awesome. Yeah, okay, I'm not great at it though. Like I'll play it, but I'm not great at it. Is it normal for a baby chameleon to fall occasionally? I already answered this question. Two-crested geckos. Are crickets, mealworms, and black soldier fly larvae a good diet? So crickets are good. Black soldier fly larvae are good. Mealworms are not recommended for chameleons though, just because of the level of, I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it chitin? Chitin? It's spelled Chitin. This is what you get for like learning on the internet, is you don't know how to pronounce things out loud. Hi, I think I will try, but if it doesn't work out, I will have a separate enclosure and separate them if there's a problem. Okay, I strongly recommend not even trying. Like, it's a